Today's video, we're going to look at formatting paragraphs. This includes paragraph alignment, line spacing. We'll also take a look at the different types of indents you can do. And we'll also talk about shading a paragraph and creating borders. Now, before we get into formatting paragraphs, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing paragraph formatting, it applies to the entire paragraph. So when you click in a paragraph, that is actually enough if you're doing paragraph formatting. So you can see here, I can change the paragraph format with just clicking in the paragraph. This also applies to when you're selecting multiple paragraphs. So if I needed to select multiple paragraphs, I can actually hold down Control and just grab a little bit of each paragraph. And as you can see, it will affect all three. The first format we're going to look at is alignment. The Home tab has the paragraph group that has all our alignment buttons. So I'm going to select these three paragraphs so you can see that happen to each of these. And remember, you just need to grab a little bit of each and it will affect all three paragraphs. Now going back to our paragraph group, you can see the default is align left. We can make it centered. And we can also do align right, which will make it even on the right side. There is a fourth alignment option, and that is justify. Now, justify will distribute the text evenly on both sides. This can be useful for things like newsletters or any kind of printout that needs both sides even. Now moving on to line spacing. In the paragraph group, there is a drop down that allows you to change the line spacing. Now, I'm going to click on the button and you can see there's a preview when I move my mouse down if I need to adjust the spacing between the lines. That was 2, but I'm going to bring it back down to 1.5. Next, we're going to look at indents. If you're changing the indentation, you may want to turn on the ruler and use some of the tools there. There is a dedicated button for adjusting the indent, but that will be only for the left indent. So you can see if I indent here, it's pushing everything to the right for each paragraph. But we might want a little more control, so we're going to look at the tools on the ruler. So I'm going to click on View and then put a check mark in the Show group right into Ruler. Now that we have the ruler, let's start using some of the tools that are built into the ruler. So I'm going to select the paragraph just so you know which paragraph I'm operating on. And I'm going to actually do the same thing we did on the Home tab. I'm going to mouse over to that rectangle and move the left indent. On the right side, we have the right indent. So I'm going to bring this in to the 6 mark on the ruler. And you can see the right side moves. Now the other 2 on this left side are 2 special indents. Now the shape at the very top is the first line indent. So this only applies to, shockingly, the first line. So you can see that moves in, but it moves in just the first line. Now, you may also need to use the second shape, the hanging indent. So the hanging indent will move every line but the first. The next format we're going to look at is shading our paragraphs. So I'm going to select multiple headings here. And I'm going to change the shading on this. So on my Home tab, I'm going to look for the paragraph group and then look for the paint bucket. Now I'm going to click the drop down and choose this light green color. The last format we're going to take a look at is the borders button. Now, just like the paint bucket, it's actually two buttons. If I just wanted a bottom border, I could click on the button, or I could select a different border by clicking the little list arrow. Now I want to click the list arrow and then choose outside border to put a border around those headings. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.